Telling me you've never told a little white lie to get a bit of action.
Just because other people don't do what we do doesn't mean it's wrong. Scandal.
It is good to be back.
Hustle continues tonight at 9 on BBC One and BBC One HD.
Hello, you're watching BBC News. I'm Martine Croxall. Let's take a look at our main stories tonight with the time at just after midnight. The authorities in the Australian city of Brisbane say flood levels have peaked at a lower level than had originally been feared. Much of the city is deserted and 130,000 homes are without power. Thousands of residents have sought shelter in emergency evacuation centres. The authorities hope that water levels will now begin to recede. In Brazil, at least 160 people have died after floods and landslides devastated mountain towns near the city of Rio de Janeiro. Heavy tropical rain has caused hillsides to slide into towns and many rivers have overflown their banks. President Obama will honour the victims of the Arizona shootings at a memorial service in about half an hour's time. Earlier, the American politician Sarah Palin has denied suggestions that right-wing rhetoric may have influenced the gunman. She blamed the media for inciting hatred. Now on BBC News, it's time for World News America.
This is BBC World News America reporting from Washington. I'm Matt Frei. Down underwater, one of Australia's largest cities is swamped as the worst flood in a century sends people fleeing and objects floating. Remembrance and anger as victims of a massacre in Arizona are remembered. Sarah Palin repudiates the idea that she bears a share of the blame.
Journalists and pundits should not manufacture a blood libel that serves only to incite the very hatred and violence that they purport to condemn. That is reprehensible.
Lebanon in crisis. Hezbollah forces a fragile government to collapse but can't stop questions about its role in a notorious assassination. And a year to the day after an earthquake wreaked havoc in Haiti, victims are still praying for recovery and reconstruction. Welcome. A once-in-a-century disaster. That's how the Premier of the Australian state of Queensland is describing the flooding that has engulfed his region. Residents of Brisbane, Australia's third largest city with 2 million inhabitants, have been forced to watch as streets turned into rivers and entire structures have been washed away. The river running through the city has now peaked, and although it didn't reach the